Live stream, trying to figure out which strategy I'm going to use today for the market conditions. We have potentially a nice sell-off day if it can stay below previous day's low, which it did, but it bounced all the way back up here pre-market. And so I took a short down here, barely made a profit before it spiked back up on me. I'm looking for it to stay below this red line, and it's breaking a trend line too. So there's a lot of room down here to go if the MES can continue down like that, but there's no telling. Here's where I took that short earlier on the, and I got in there. My stop was there, and it just didn't want to keep going, so I got out right there, right before it spiked back up. But if it rolls back down, we're going to need to see it stay below this line, and then I'll be looking for my either momentum strategy or my moving average trendline break strategy, which will continue the process of shorting. But if it doesn't, then I'm not going to set in a range all day long trying to figure out if it's going to break down. We'll have to figure out what strategy is best for that market condition and trade appropriately for the market condition. What sucks is not understanding the market condition and trying to force my trade to work with a setup and strategy that's not for the condition. This is something that I'm still trying to learn. I'm really got a lot to learn, to be honest with you. But upon examination, videos, and time, I've been able to kind of evaluate what the problem has been in the past. So, and a lot of it has to do with not understanding the market condition and forcing the wrong strategy for that condition. I got a bunch of strategies here that I can use. A bunch of strategies that I can use. I don't need to force anything. What I need to do is get an understanding of the market condition that I'm actually in. If I could really understand the market condition that I'm in, I'm going to be profitable, really, because when I'm right about, okay, we're in a range today. Okay, we're in a choppy range today. Apply the techniques and strategies for that particular condition. That's the best profitable days for me. But like right now, I'm really hoping it stays below that red line, and we get something below that red line. Okay, the market's open now. Ding, ding, ding. It's been open for a minute. If it continues to go down, I'm just going to try to sell it. As soon as we get a pull up, sell it and see if I can get this to come back down to these levels here. The daily chart is open range, free to do something. So we're going to try it. I'm going to see if it'll go down. I could try it right now with a very tight stop loss. See if it does it.
Order filled.
Okay, I'll try it right here. Try it right there. Tight stop loss.
Stop filled.
It got me. Unfortunately, that did not work. I was hoping it would continue to roll down right there. Back up to the red line and see what it does at the red line. So this was a loss. Okay, so now I can give it another try, man. I'm going to give it another try because, as long as it stays below that red line, and hopefully it won't do a megaphone pattern here on me and just chop around, creating higher highs and lower lows and just stretching in both ways. It loves to do that. Megaphone patterns are not, it's not there yet. It doesn't look like a megaphone pattern yet. I really need it to break down right here.
Order filled.
I'm going to try it one more time. High at the top. Come down here. Now, if this doesn't work, we're going to be probably chilling for a minute because keep going down because too many losses is going to eat into my 50-50 challenge. 50-50 challenge. Make 50 before you lose 50. That's the goal here with 1 micro. If we can do that.
Order submitted.
Get it, get it, get it. Come on down. Get it, get
Order
it.
filled.
Got it.
Order
I'll take
canceled.
that 1-to-1 right there. I'll take that 1-to-1. I needed that 1-to-1. I'm not going to get greedy. Not going to get greedy. 50-50 challenge. You see, I did come back down to this level right here. All right. Now it's in this level. Now it's in this level. This is where it bounced strong. I could try to hold it and hold it and hold it. This is where the level is. This is where this box is where it reversed on me. And look what it's doing. So there's no reason for me to try to hold that and force it to go lower. If it goes lower, we'll see it. It'll be obvious. It will be clear as the nose on our faces. So there's no reason to force it. No reason to force it. All right, back up to where I entered. Back up to my entry right there. The question is, what's my plan for my next trade? Well, if this is what it's doing on the 15-minute chart here, strong move down, strong move up, strong move down, at a range feel to it, a lot of resistance and a lot of support, I am going to be very, very careful here, especially if it can't stay below this red line. I will have to think about possibly switching strategies in terms of trying to continue a trend somewhere, because if it's going to stay in this little area, and then we're going to have to switch strategies, there's no question about it. So the day chart does back up over the red line, previous day's level, back up over it. And, this thing could keep going. So it's possible to start thinking about, yeah, we're going to have to switch ideas. There's no doubt about it. Now I got to switch ideas because the only way I'm going to continue a trend trading strategy is if it breaks this level strong, comes up and tests, and then continues down, and I'll catch it on this right over here. But just to break it is not going to work. It's not going to work. See, look at that. Right at that level, right at that line we drew, right where it bounced earlier. Now it's back over previous day's low. We might go with momentum strategies. Momentum strategies for me is exponential chart. We're using a 1,000 tick or a 10-minute and a 1-minute. 1,000 tick and a 100 tick. 1,000 tick chart is exponentially larger than a 100 tick chart. Once price closes above the 3 momentum lines, gives me a pivot, closes and gives me a pivot, I use that pivot wherever it is above the 3 lines on the 1,000 tick chart. It's a 1,000 tick chart. This is a different strategy. Wherever that pivot is after it closes above my momentum lines is my stop loss. Okay, and then I try to ride the momentum up. But that's the 1,000 tick chart. I have to find that entry over here on the 100 tick chart to execute the trade. So I'll be getting in right there, probably right there, wherever that, I don't even know where that pivot was. Let me see if I can find out where that pivot level was. I've got a couple really good pivot levels on this thing. Here's the first pivot level after it crossed the lines. Interesting. And here is another good pivot level. Yeah, that looks good. Now, if I would have been paying attention to that strategy and really understanding that I needed to switch strategies, I would have taken this trade right here, no doubt in my mind. I would have taken that trade. I'm not sure where my stop would have been there. I'm not sure where I would have gotten in. Let's take a look at my 50-50 challenge levels here and see what my entry. Let's see if I do it like this. Yeah, that's a $25 entry, even if I got in right there. $25 stop loss, got a 1-to-1 on it. Yeah, okay. So to come back the other way, same thing. We're going to have to see it close below the 3 momentum lines. Close, not just close below it, but the next candle needs to give us a stop loss pivot. So that's, you got to see the stop line. Now, this is going to keep going up now. But here's the thing with that. Well, the momentum is only good if you're at the bottom or the top of the range. It doesn't do any good in the middle. So if we're going to start getting up higher here in this range, let me draw a box on this just to keep my awareness clear to what I think I'm seeing here is some kind of a high-low right there. Okay. So let's keep that drawn right there, because I definitely think now, after seeing everything here, that it could change. But right now, I'm playing this as a range, which means that box goes there. And I want to be at the top or the bottom when the momentum changes, not in the middle necessarily. I'm not saying it can't be done. It could be done. Probably people trading way better than me. Like right now, if it starts to break and close below the momentum lines, see that right there would have been a good short. That would have been the stop loss. Of course, it failed, but over here, you're seeing that it didn't close below on the exponential time chart, the 1,000 tick. It didn't close below them, then give us a pivot, and then continue. So I would not have taken this trade right here for that very reason. We did not have agreement on the 1,000 tick chart. This is the 100 tick. That's the 1,000 tick. You want them to both agree in the momentum direction change. Now we're seeing a direction change here where it might close below. If it closes below and we have a reasonable pivot level to use as a stop loss, we could try. But there's a lot of factors, There's a lot of factors. Do we ignore the previous day level? Well, price has been ignoring it. Here's a short opportunity. Opportunity right here. You could try this short right here. It's coming up too high right there, maybe. I'm trying to figure this one out. Okay. It's a $15 stop loss. 15. Should short that. I don't like how it's. Okay.
Order filled.
Dang it, kind of late. I'll take whatever I can get. If it gives me something, give me something. Good. Buy the bid.
Order filled. Order canceled.
Did I get anything? Broke even. Because I got late, indecisive, trying to figure it. See, I didn't like how that came up green. I was just about to short it right there. Because this candle closed below all three moving averages, I was going to use that as my stop loss, but it came up strong green and spooked me a little bit, right? So it spooked me a little bit. Right over here is where that happened. It came up strong. Here's the red candle down. Here's the red candle down. It came up strong right at the stop loss level. I was almost going to pull the trigger right there, but it wasn't quick enough. That would have really, really done very fabulously. Okay. So the only thing that stopped me from doing this was this strong green spike right here, which did not go above my stop loss idea. Back up to entry, bouncing off what? The red line. Previous day's level, spiking right back up. Okay, so now what? Well, if we're going to play the momentum, where we at in the box? We're right in the middle for the most part, so I can't really do anything with that. If anybody out there's got a better way to trade this, let me know in the comments. But right now, I don't have to take a trade every second of the day. I can wait. So I'm going to be waiting, sitting on my hands and waiting. We're down $9 because I took a $20 loss last night trading the open session. Wish I didn't do that because I'd actually be profitable right now. I knew I shouldn't have been trading last night. I did anyway. My mind was not in it. See, this is why you don't do it in the middle. You get a close above here. You probably could use that candle as your stop loss. Boom, stopped out. It didn't go anywhere. Especially if you're at a pivot level already. It's best to get these when they're at the bottom and about to reverse, or they take off after they break out and test and keep going right there, momentum. But not in the middle. Not in this thing can go sideways right here all day long. Shoot, we don't know what it's going to do. We don't know. Okay, it's trying to get back down to previous day's level where it keeps bouncing strongly. So I'm not going to be excited about the break if it does break, because what I'd want to see is a break, test, and a continuation, right? That's the side that I want to see. So there's the break. There's the break. I don't know if that's enough of a test. Could be. We could try a little tight little stop loss right here. See, look at that, man. Look at that. Ooh, is it going to go? Oh, right there. Enter, 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 enter. Oh, I almost did. Oh, enter. Stop loss is right here. Stop loss is right there. Just barely, barely over the top. Stop loss is right there. If I would have entered, I'd have been out. But what, for what, like an $8 loss? That was a good attempt because stop loss would have been right over that pivot. Now, is it giving us another opportunity? See, it's dancing around this red line, and I don't like it. But if we get a green bar ignored and a continuation, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I got to get in there somehow. See, the green bar ignored is good. Entry should have been right here. Stop loss. It still can be. It still can be, actually. Ooh. I don't know. I'm not liking it anymore. Look at that. Look at that. Would it stop me out? Oh, it would have stopped me out. So now I know this area is not trustworthy. We have a wedge pattern. We have a megaphone pattern. That's why. Megaphone patterns can wreck you if you're not careful. I like what I see here. I like that in terms of going down. I do. I really do. But can I develop my skills here to get in this thing? Here's another green bar ignored. I like that. Should short there, stop there. How would that have looked on this? How would that have looked? Stop me out. Yep, it would have stopped me out. Still within the same megaphone pattern area right there. Would have stopped me out. Or could I have gotten something on that? Let me see something. If I'm fast enough. No, it didn't come down to 1-to-1. Nope. So this is looking ugly in terms of trying to figure out what side it wants to get on here. Still, I think it wants to go down, man. I think it wants to go down right here. I think it does. It's holding underneath pretty good. But are we near the bottom of the box? Yeah. Shouldn't be too excited about that little tiny move. What I like about it is I'm only looking for a 1-to-1. Look at that right back over the top. It is. There's a lot of people trying to play that red line right now. There's a lot of people getting chopped right there. And I would have been if I had been a little quicker. Fortunately, sometimes trades are too fast, and it's a good thing they're too fast, because if you would have got in them. Here's a momentum play. Here's a momentum play. But I don't think I trust it because of all the previous activity. If all this right here wasn't already happening, I would have liked this momentum play. If all of this wasn't happening, I'd use that as my stop loss, and I'd try to get in for a 1-to-1 back to the top up there, back to the top. And it might work. It could work, but see how because of this, I stayed out of this trade. It's a good thing I would have been stopped out. I would have been stopped out. Okay. So far, we're combining the grace of God luck and just good sense of being patient and not getting fooled by this. I am, let me look at the 5-minute chart. tell me what it does it know which way it wants to go or not? I don't think so. I don't think so. I might not be able to trade anything. The momentum's not working because it's in a range. It's in the middle of the range. It's dancing around the previous day's level. Now it's going to eventually decide, and then people and then always the reaction is, "Dang it, I should have gotten in that," you know. So that's what these bullhorn patterns do. Megaphone patterns chop you up to get you frustrated. And then when it goes in one direction, it's trying to get you to chase it so it can chop you up. And then when it finally moves, you know, you're so chopped up you can't even get into the trade, right? So, yeah, that's classic megaphone for you. Megaphone. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Well, if I can't find a trade here in the next few minutes, I'm going to end the live stream because I don't like to make them very long. 30 minutes tops live stream. And especially if there's no trade activity, just concepts, ideas, theories, you know, kind of dialoguing, meditating on theories and theses. Yeah. I think I'm going to end the live stream. I don't want to sit here and be bored to death. Catch you guys next week, Lord willing. Take care. I'm down $9, but that's better than 50.